When you guys come to Singapore, I think the best thing to do is eat, right? Hawker food courts are the answers to that. Now, we're in Chinatown right now, and we're gonna dine on every possible Chinese Singaporean dish that I could think of. It's a feast of breakfast proportions, and this is enough to feed a small family in some village. So let's dig in. First thing, congee. By the time it took me to do all the B-roll and stuff like that, the congee has already been extremely soggy. I got fish congee, also known as jiao kia in Vietnamese, and to top it off, there's some yao jiao wei, or some fried dough on top. And fish congee is pretty rare. You don't see it commonly sold in the streets of Saigon, but it's a hearty Chinese dish, and it's my favorite. Well, honestly, like by the time that it took me to film all that, it's a little bit soggy. It's not as great anymore, but wow. And there's also some hukung too if you want to dip in there. Congee is all about consistency, right? This is really hearty. You can actually get full off of this. I think in Vietnam, the jiao is a little bit lighter. Definitely a little bit lighter than that. Alright, gotta get one more fish piece until before we move on. Oh, sometimes I worry about proportions, right? This congee can fill an entire strong 200-pound man up, guaranteed. As for me, we'll come back to it. Next thing on the plate is the wonton noodle soup. If there's one thing, one Chinese dish that I could just not live without, that's not pork, duck, or chicken, it would be wonton noodle soup. Absolutely. Let's try it here. This has such a Chinese herbal taste to it. There's some black spongy mushroom type vegetation in here. Of course, cabbage. Chinese love their cabbage. I love eating Chinese cabbage, but the black mushroom thing really intrigues me because the texture is kind of funky. Oh, that's awesome. That is unreal. I think this is like a mixture between pork and shrimp. But the problem is the wontons are so big that it's hard to just fit them all in your mouth. But wow, my gosh, it's a real Chinese dumpling. Well, wonton. Definitely a favorite of mine. All right, next, moving on. Very traditional, very typical. Everybody eats this all the time. It is the pork, chicken, and duck rice combo. A super duper combo. Oh man, I'm excited about this. Now most people will eat this with a pair of chopsticks, but for time conveniences, let's just use a fork too because I'm a careless Westerner. Barbecue pork, barbecue duck, barbecue chicken, absolutely my favorite things in this entire world. You know, when I eat barbecue food, I can't help but think of the poor old man or woman who had to wake up 4 a.m. in the morning to clean and wash and roast this very product. And kill, yeah, and probably kill. We're in Asia after all, and kill. You're funny too. You should get your own YouTube channel. Okay, next. The rice. Here's the deal. Because it took us so long to do B-roll and to wait around, it's a little bit cold. So it could be a lot better, but this is largely my fault and not necessarily the food itself, right? The problem with the hawker food stalls here is that you have to claim a table. It's not that busy this morning, thank God, but you have to claim a table and you have to sit down, and when you buy food from different stalls, you have to just leave it there, and then the next stall, if there's a line, right? So it's each individual stall. So most people, what they do is they just buy one dish or two, not like 6 that we have today, but then again, they don't have YouTube channels. Yeah, it's gonna be a big bite. Are you like the type to bite it all in one, or are you gonna chew it in half? Oh yeah, that's like a snake extending its jaw. And then soup to go. Really, really like a strong ginger taste, right? Yeah. Very Chinese. The last thing that I forgot to mention really quickly here, fishball noodle soup. Pretty self-explanatory. Noodles, you can get it wet or dry. Egg noodles with some fish balls, and then also some fish patties similar to chả cá in Vietnam. Can I try the fish ball? Wow. I understand why it's so popular. Like everywhere we go, people always eat the fishball noodle soup. I can definitely see why it's so popular because it's so damn good. Oh my god! I didn't want to swallow that. I just wanted to keep chewing it and chewing it. It doesn't taste fishy. It tastes like the ocean, believe it or not. It tastes like a really fine cut quality of fish, but the starch in it makes it flow so well with that fishy taste. But it's not overbearing by far. The broth is light. The noodles, that is such an interesting, really quality dish right there that I would definitely eat on a daily basis. I'm gonna go look for something like that in Saigon when I get back home. But yeah. All right, guys. So thank you so much for watching. For a lot more of Singapore, be sure to read my blog at kylelay.net. Like my Facebook too at facebook.com/kylelay.net. I have Instagram. Please feel free to follow that for up-to-date information on where I am and all that good stuff. Thank you. The meal was amazing. I don't know what to say. Just keep watching Singapore videos, and you'll see a lot more food and a lot more adventures upon that. Thank you guys so much for watching. And now I'm just gonna eat, so leave me alone. Let's go.